What's up guys? In this video we're going to be working on how to get some highly targeted blog comments linking to our money site. So you can see right here, highly targeted blog comments. That's what we're going to be scraping and posting, and they're going to be linking directly to our money site. So let's start out by firing up Hreffer and make this full screen. Okay, so now it's pretty much the exact same scrape we did last time, if you remember, when we were scraping highly targeted forums. However, this time we're just going to change it to blogs. So if you go over to search engine options and filters, it says save filter. Instead of choosing all forums, you're just going to choose blogs. So now if you go over to the additive words database and choose edit additive word, you can see that these have automatically changed. There's blog, comment, blogs, my blog, journal, and I'm going to add one more here. I'm going to do quote powered by WordPress, end quote. That way we can scrape a lot of WordPress blogs, which are great for commenting on. So I'm going to hit save. And now we're going to go over to our words database. Now normally I would go scrape some new ones from Google, but we're going to use the exact same ones we did from last time when we scraped the forums. So if you deleted those, you can go to Google Keyword Tool and scrape those again, but I have those right here. It says Xbox Live codes targeted. I'm going to have that selected. Now under proxy list, usually you can keep the settings the same from last time. Just make sure that you choose update proxy list and check for anonymity so you get some good proxies. And lastly, under down here it says links file, we don't want ID 99. I'm going to delete that and choose ID 12. So that can be our new ID for this blast, for the highly targeted blog comments blast. You can choose save every 5 minutes. And now we're ready. So when you're ready, just hit start parsing Google Classic. And I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back when it's done parsing. Alright, and it's finally finished parsing now. You can see down here it took an hour and a half and 6 seconds. So not bad. And total links collected is 1,710. So that's pretty good for Hreffer for just a simple blogs list like that. So now what we're going to do is go and copy the scraped URL list into Xroomer. So I'm going to go into the default Hreffer file. I'm going to go into links. And if you remember, right now we're using links list ID 12. So I'm just going to copy this, get back out to local disk, and go into the Xroomer folder. And then in Xroomer, I'm going to go to links, and I'm just going to paste this in there. And that is links list ID 12. So now we're going to fire up Xroomer. And if you remember, the first thing you should always do with Xroomer is check it against the blacklist. So I'm going to go to Tools and choose Delete All Links according to Blacklist. And we're in the Xroomer links folder, and we're looking for links list ID 12. I'm going to select that and hit open. And 2, so that's good. So now we've got our database ready. Now we're just going to edit the project for this blogs post. Now most of the things we're going to keep here are going to be the same. However, we actually are going to change nick this time, because in blogs the nick is the anchor text that's going to be linking back to your site. So instead of a random name, we want it to be one of our anchor texts. So what I'm actually just going to do is take the topic, which is just saying lots of spun way of saying free Xbox Live codes. I'm going to choose select all, copy, and I'm just going to paste that into the nickname field. And paste, and it'll go into the real name too. Now for blog commenting, you really don't have to worry about the rest of these settings except for homepage, nick, email, and the actual post. So nick and real name and homepage, we're just going to do, since this is the highly targeted blog comments, these are going to be linking exactly to our money site. So in the homepage, we're just going to put xbox-live-code.com. ICQ, we don't have to worry about any of these except for email address. This is the email that's going to be used when posting. Now most of the time blog comments aren't going to need to verify your email, so this isn't super important. If you wanted, you could probably just put in a made up email here. And topic, explanation, don't have to worry about those. However, you do have to worry about the post. This is going to be the actual comment that's posted to the blog. So I'm just going to go delete this real quick. And what I have, it should be in your handy dandy Xroomer explosion package. What it is it'll be called spun blog comments. And what it is highly spun blog comments that I've provided for you. and each line is a new blog comment that's super spun, and it's generic, and it'll look like it's a real comment, so it won't get removed by moderators on blogs. So I'm just going to pick a random one. We'll just pick this one. I'm going to go right click, copy, and just paste it into this field. Now let's hit test. So you can see this is what the comment spun out to be. I'm truly enjoying the design and layout of your site. It is very easy on the eyes, which makes it much more pleasant for me to come here and visit more often. Did you hire out a designer to create your theme? Fantastic work. And you can see that besides the signature here, there's not an actual link in the post, and that's because with blogs, the link is going to be your homepage. And one last thing, for blog commenting, it's super important that under priority categories that you uncheck it this time, because in blogs, obviously there are no categories. So if you leave that checked while you're trying to do blog commenting, it's not going to post because it's going to try and look for those categories and be unable to find them. So make sure that's unchecked and then hit OK. So now that we've got this set up, we're going to go ahead and hit save. And sometimes you'll get that error if in the nick you actually have a real number. So as you can see, one of the spun links is going to be Xbox Live 48-hour code for free. So instead of just putting the number 48, we'll actually type it out. So it's 48. So once you've changed that, now we can go ahead and hit save. And project saved successfully. Now, if you remember, we're using links database ID 12. So I'm going to make sure this is set to links list and change this to 12. Now, if you want, get your proxies ready, and when you're ready, just hit start. Alright, so as you can see, it's working right here. I'm going to pause it and then come back when it's done. Alright guys, and now it's finally done posting after about an hour. And at first glance, it might look like a terrible submission with only 8 successful, 500 partially successful. However, that's definitely not the case. See, with blog comments, the 8 successful, those are auto-approved blogs, which means that as soon as you submit your comment, it's automatically going to get posted, and your link is automatically going to be live. But what we really want to focus on is these partially successful. What that means is that it was successfully posted, however, it needs to go through a moderator or some sort of protection to get approved. So slowly, over time, starting now, these 517 partially successful submissions will begin to be shown on these blogs slowly. And if you go to the linking diagram, you'll see that the highly targeted blog comments, it doesn't have anything linking to it. So what we're going to do with these is just let them sit. So instead of trying to get these indexed and trying to get them backlinks, we're just going to let them sit and Google will find them. So let's just take a look at one of the successful submissions. I'll click there and let's see, let's just pick this one. I'm just going to go take a look at it and see what it looks like. I'm going to go copy, open up Internet Explorer, and paste this in. So you can see it's a blog, Shop-O-Matic, and I think this is like some sort of Amazon poster. So it says 12 months Xbox Live Gold subscription for $29.99 plus free shipping. So now if you go down to the comments, you can say, oh, there ours is. I'm really enjoying the design and layout of your site. It's very easy on the eyes, which makes it much more pleasant for me to come here and visit more often. Did you hire out a developer to create your theme? Excellent work. And you see it says posted by Xbox Live Code for totally free, and you can see that it links to xboxlivecode.com. So let me get out of that. So we're done with this blog submission. You don't really need to worry about it. You don't need to bother writing down the success ID unless you want to come back and check these links later. But for now, we're done with this video, and I'll see you in the next video.